Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. Today's practice is focused on the hips. It's great as a morning practice, you can do it anytime. We're going to start lying down on our back. We'll just do a little bit of opening up through the hips there, and then we're going to get up and moving, about working a little bit more on stability and a bit of strengthening as well. So make sure you're nice and comfortable, and let's make a start lying down. Just take your time to settle in, feet parallel underneath the hips, arms by your side, palms facing up, allowing the eyes to close down. And taking this time here to connect with your breathing. Just allowing the body to relax into the mat. And gently starting to lengthen your breathing, slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Continue doing that for a few more rounds, slowing down the in-breath and slowing down the out-breath. And opening up the eyes. Just opening the feet out so they're as wide as the mat, outside edges of the feet lining up with the edges of the mat, and then opening the arms out nice and wide, taking some windscreen wipers here, letting the knees drop over to the right, and just keeping the feet exactly where they are. Head turns to the left, and then as you inhale, coming back through center, dropping the knees to the left, turning the head to the right. And again, inhale through center, knees to the right, head to the left, and center. Other way. Just a few more. Feeling free to move at your own pace here. And the next time you finish the left side, let's come back to the center. Bring the feet back into that parallel position for a moment, arms down by your side. Bringing the right knee towards the chest and then taking this right leg to a 90-degree angle. We're taking our half happy baby. So you might just hold behind the knee or the ankle if you can, holding the outside blade of that right foot. And then option here to extend that left leg long. And you could even pop your left hand on top of that left hip to try to encourage that left hip to stay down. So drawing that right knee in towards that right armpit as you press down through the back of the left thigh. Stay connected to your breathing here. Shoulders relax down. Taking one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. So if you can squeeze that right knee in just a little bit more, clearing the ribcage a little bit. And then keep that right leg where it is for a moment. Bend into that left leg and then place that right ankle on top of the left thigh. So you're coming into your figure four here, bringing the legs in towards the chest, threading that right hand through the middle, holding the front of the shin or holding behind the thigh, depending on your body. Just taking a moment here, just in stillness, thinking about the back of the pelvis pressing down as you draw the legs in towards you. And then starting to take some small circles in one direction. Just noticing how this shifts the focus to different parts of that outer right hip. And you might even feel it into your lower back a little bit. Let's change the direction. And then coming to stillness, take an inhale, stay for the exhale. Let's squeeze those legs in just a little bit more if you can. Place that left foot down, and we're going to keep the legs in this figure four shape. So keep that right ankle glued to the left thigh, and then allow that right foot to drop down to the left side. You're pressing that right knee away from you, and you could hold onto the outside of that right ankle if you can reach, or otherwise just let it stay open. Open out that right arm, looking over towards the right hand. Thinking about opening up the space between that outer right hip and the right shoulder. Deep, easy breaths here. Notice if there's any unnecessary tension that's creeping into the body. And then let's inhale the legs back through center. And we're going to just take the same twist but opening it out. So we're going to go drop the legs over to the right. Just adjust your left foot so you can come down to where it feels comfortable. Just allowing the weight of that right leg to gently lengthen this left hip and outer left hip now. And you could turn the eyes to look over towards the left. Just noticing what's happening in your lower back and that outer left hip area. And can you soften on the exhale? And then let's take an inhale. Bring the legs back through center, releasing the legs, feet, place them down parallel, arms down by your side, and then let's lift up into our bridge for a moment just to reset the hips, pressing down through the inner edges of the feet. Taking one full breath here. And then rolling back down the spine. And then coming in with that left knee, finding that 90-degree angle and holding with where you can with this left hand. And then the option to extend this right leg away long, flexing both feet, right hand on top of that right hip. Finding that balance between trying to press down through the back of the right thigh and keeping that right leg down, as well as drawing that left knee in slightly to the left and towards that left armpit. And really using your breathing here, particularly on that exhale. Noticing if there's any little pockets of space that open up. One more full breath. And then let's bend into this right leg. Place that left ankle on top of the right thigh and bring the legs in towards the chest, coming into your figure four. Threading that left hand through the hole in the middle. And drawing the legs in towards you. Pressing the back of the pelvis back down to the mat. And then starting to take some little circles here. And if you do notice any spots that are a little bit tighter than others, you might slow down as you move through that part of the hip. And changing the direction when you're ready. And then holding in stillness in the center, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, drawing the legs in towards you. Keep the legs as they are. Just place that right foot down, taking an inhale. Then as you exhale, dropping that left foot down. So you're standing down on that left foot, but holding that figure four shape. Maybe holding onto the outside of that left ankle. Opening that left arm out to the side and turning the head to look over towards the left. That outer left hip moving away from the left shoulder. Well, that's the intention anyway. Feeling free to keep the eyes closed if that feels good. And then let's inhale to bring the legs back through center, and then we're going the other way. So just opening the twist out, just adjusting that right foot. You might keep it flexed, or you might just allow yourself to lengthen that right foot a little bit. Opening that right arm out, turning the head to look over towards the right hand. And feeling free to close the eyes. And again, just noticing if there's any softening that can happen. It's particularly in that right hip, lower back area. And then let's take an inhale. Bring the legs back through center. Release both feet flat onto the mat. One more time, let's take our bridge. So lifting the hips up, pressing down through the feet. Starting to engage the hamstrings and the glutes. On the next exhale, let's roll down the spine, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Now we're going to rock up and down the spine a few times. If that's not comfortable to do so, then just roll over to one side and we'll meet you there. So trying to C-curve through the spine, hugging the navel in, keeping the chin tucked in. And then the next time you rock up, try to land on your feet and come all the way up to standing. And if you didn't make it, then just meet us here, palm of the hands coming together, draw them down through the center line. Just finding your Tadasana for a couple of breaths. Grounding down into the feet, allowing the eyes to close. And then let's open up the eyes, releasing the arms down by your side. Take the arms out to the side, taking a big inhale, looking up towards the thumbs. And then as you exhale, forward fold into your Uttanasana. Feeling free to bend the knees here as much as you need to. Let the head relax down. Take an inhale into your halfway lift. Hands can come to the shin bones. And then exhale, fold. Bend through the knees to step back into your down facing dog. Spreading through the fingers. Just taking a couple of breaths here in your down facing dog. Trying to seal down through the knuckles of the hands. And with your down facing dog, just see if you can focus on just pressing down through the outer edges of the feet a little bit more for today. You might feel that a little bit more from the outside edge of the legs and outer hips. Steady gaze with the eyes. Taking an inhale. As you exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet, letting the heels drop down, bend through the knees, take a spinal roll to come up to standing. And then shift the weight into this left leg and bring this right knee in towards the chest. Just hugging that right knee in, ground down through that left foot. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then bring the left hand to the waist and let's open out this right leg to the side. Just keeping that balance. Keep breathing. And then bring that right knee back to center, placing it down. Take the arms out to the side, inhaling, palms of hands come together, and then exhale, folding forward, walking your hands out into your plank position and separate the feet if they're not already there. Gazing towards the top edge of your mat, take an inhale, and then exhale, drop down to the knees and shift the chest in between the hands. So toes are tucked under, chest, chin down, and then release the tops of the feet down, release the belly, coming up into your baby cobra or your cobra, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Inhale, exhale, shift back towards the feet, tuck the toes under, coming into your down facing dog. Just one breath in your down dog here. Taking another inhale. As you exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet, dropping the heels down, spinal roll to come up to standing, shifting the weight into this right leg now, lifting this left knee in towards the chest, hugging the knee in, Grounding down through that right foot. Growing tall through the spine. Bring that right hand to the waist and open this left knee out to the side. Bringing that left knee back to center and then placing it back down and taking an inhale, reach the arms up, palms, hands come together, and then exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, and walk your hands out into your plank position. Long through the crown of the head. Taking an inhale, exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Elbows in, release the tops of the feet down, release the belly. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, press back, down facing dog. One breath here. Taking an inhale, take that right leg up to your three-legged dog. As you exhale, stepping it forward in between the hands. Coming up under the fingertips for a moment, draw that chest forward. And then let's drop that left knee down. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then taking an inhale, lift that left knee back off. And then as you exhale, see if you can straighten into this right leg, drawing that right hip back. And then taking an inhale, bending once again. Plant this left heel down and bring the right hand to the inside edge of that right foot and then peeling open this left arm. Coming into your Chikanasana variation here. Option here to come up onto the thigh if that feels better, or use a block. If it feels available, you might extend this left arm up and over. Eyes gazing towards the ceiling, maybe even towards the left fingers if that's comfortable to do so. One more full breath. On your next in-breath, cartwheel the hands back, keeping the front leg bent. Coming into your dancing warrior, you can rest the hand lightly on the thigh or just wrap the arm behind you. Just taking one breath here. And then inhale to straighten through the right leg. Let's walk this left foot in just a foot so we can release the arms and move into our Chikanasana. Extend out through that right side waist. Right hand comes down onto the ankle, or you could just plant the back of the right hand to the inner edge of that shin bone. And then eyes turning towards the left hand. On the next inhale, let's come all the way back up. Take that left hand back behind you, reach the right arm up, and then cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Take the hands a little bit further forward and then taking the left leg up into your L shape here, taking an inhale. As you exhale, let's tuck that left knee behind the right knee and then taking an inhale to extend through the spine. You can just let the hip open out here and then again, exhale, tucking that left knee in, letting everything curl in, and then inhale to extend. And one more time, tucking in, and then inhale to extend. And let's hold it here for a couple of breaths. So you could plant the hands down. Try to rotate this left leg to your parallel position now. And the weight might want to shift over to the outer edge of the right foot. Try to center that. Back of the neck is relaxed. Keep breathing. And then soften into the right knee. Stepping back with that left foot. Step back into your plank position. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Releasing down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down facing dog. Just taking a breath here. Taking that left leg up, inhale. Exhale, stepping it forward in between the hands. Coming up onto the fingertips, drawing the chest forward. And dropping down onto that right knee. Just taking a few breaths here. Just allowing the shoulders to relax away from the ears. And then on the next in-breath, lifting that right knee off. And then as you exhale, starting to straighten into that left leg just to where you can. Rising up to the ball of that right foot. And then bending into that left knee, coming back into your sprinter's lunge. Placing that left hand to the inner edge of that left foot. Right heel comes down, thinking of your warrior two legs here. Peeling open that right arm towards the ceiling. Eyes follow. Maybe bringing that left forearm onto the left thigh if that's better for you. Option here to extend this right arm up and over the side of the head. And eyes can also look up towards that right hand if that feels okay. On the next inhale, keeping the legs as they are, coming into your reverse warrior, maybe wrapping that right arm behind the back, keeping that front leg bent. And then inhale to straighten into the front leg. Walk that right foot in, just about a foot, arms down to shoulder height, inhaling. Exhale, extend over, coming into your Chikanasana. So placing the hand onto the ankle rather than too much on the shin, definitely not on the knee. You could be up high above the thigh, above the knee if you need to. Eyes looking towards that right hand. Or again, option to just release back of the hand to the inner edge of the shin. Find the breath. On the next inhale, coming back up, right hand to the back of the thigh, left arm up, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, come onto the ball of the right foot. Take the hands a little bit further forward so you can lift up into your L shape here, taking an inhale, and then exhale to tuck that right knee down, curling to a little ball, and then taking an inhale to extend everything out, letting that right hip open, and then tucking in, and extend, inhale, and tucking in, and extend. Let's hold it here now. You can plant the hands down, rotate that right hip to parallel, trying to even out the distribution of weight into that left foot. Relax the back of the neck. One more full breath. And then soften into that left leg, stepping that right foot back, finding your plank position. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest and chin. Releasing down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down facing dog. Just taking a breath here. Coming down onto the knees together, feet together. Sitting back, interlacing the hands behind you. Reaching those hands down as you lift the sternum up. Taking an in-breath, feeling free to stay upright if that's better. If it's available, coming into your child's pose here with the arms interlaced behind you. I'm just taking a couple of breaths here. Noticing if there's any space to lift the arms a little bit further away. And And then let's release those arms down, hands underneath the shoulders, coming up to a seated position, sitting over to one side. Let's turn to face you. Just taking the legs out in front of you. We're going to take our Gomukhasana legs here, cow face legs, taking the left leg underneath, right leg on top. We're trying to stack knee to knee. You could elevate the hips if you need to, sitting on a cushion, or extend that bottom leg long if you need a variation here. Taking an inhale, lengthen up through both sides of the waist, and then as you exhale, walking your hands forward. Try to have both sitting bones down on the ground. Starting to slow down your breathing again. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then walking the hands back upright, hands behind you, so you can uncross the legs and go the other way. So right leg underneath, left leg on top, trying to stack knee to knee. Both sitting bones down, taking an inhale to lengthen up, and then exhale, walking your hands forward. Is there any way you can let go? Last breath here. And then walking your hands up, just uncrossing the legs, making sure that you're warm enough and making your way down into your Shavasana. You're taking some time just to make yourself feel comfortable. Arms a little bit away from the body, palms facing up. With each exhale, allowing the body to get a little bit heavier and a little bit softer. Unhinging the jaw. Allowing yourself to come to complete rest for the next few minutes. Please feel free to stay resting here for as long as you would like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.